Guess who's back? It has been a very long time, I am fully aware. And look, so I've been going through a lot recently. Uh my family just got evicted from the house I grew up in, so I haven't had a lot of motivation to make videos, and I've gotten quite a few new figures, and I'm going to be recording all of the reviews today and posting them individually. So I don't have a lot of storage, so oh, my chair is squeaky. So let's get into it with Gamer Edition Cliffjumper. Couldn't find Bumblebee. This was the only thing they had at Walmart. So yeah, I have Gamer Edition Cliffjumper here. This part doesn't tab in very well. That's issue number 1. He's a really fun little figure. Like, I love how compact his alt mode is, except for that, but call it a play feature. You can open up the trunk. That is a bit annoying all the time. But the alt mode is really, like, there's no kibble. Like, you can't really see the robot mode from where it is, and the way that there's just enough clearance for him to roll pretty well is a really nice touch with how the wheels work. Then you can see his head in there, but that's only if you're looking at it from here. Plus, if you store the weapons in here, you can't. If you put the gun in there, it covers it up a bit better, but then it rolls worse. Actually, no, I think it rolls fine in all scenarios. But yeah, that's accessory storage if you want it. You can plug this in under here. I think you might be able to put the sword in there as well. Yeah, plug the sword in there too. The sword's a bit harder to get out, but come on. There we go. Then you can plug the main place you're supposed to put the sword is on this spot back here with that tab. Then you just put the charged plasma cannon up top. Yes, I remember the game's names, or the weapons names from the game, because I played a lot of that game. I'll just plug it back there, but that's not where it's intended to go. Now, it's a very clean looking alt mode, honestly. Like, there's not really a lot wrong with it other than that. And there's not much to say about it. It's really small, kind of cute, lots of panel lines, but that's fine. This spot doesn't match anything, and that's a bit annoying, but, you know, it is how it is. Now, I think since it wants to transform itself so bad, we should transform it and show what he looks like in robot mode. So, guess what we start off by doing? Folding this up on a double hinge, since it wants to so bad. Yep. Like, it gets stuck a bit. That won't mess up anything if you force it. So, remember that. And you're going to untab these sections, which are going to be tabbed in. Come on. By a tab that goes in here, and two tabs that go in up here. Next, you're going to make these into the legs. Actually, no, don't fold them out all the way. Fold them out so that they're at 90 degrees. Unfold the front of the foot and bring the rest of the foot up. Then swing these around just like a little bit of detail. Then fold the legs down like that. They tab in. Then you have the legs done, and the upper body can be a bit of a pain. And this part specifically is really annoying to do. Just got to tab that in, you have to really flex all this, and sometimes this will just come off, which it's on a friction hinge. So anyway, rotate the waist. He does have a waist swivel. Then this is a bit difficult. I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. This is a bit difficult. You kind of have to flex it. You just pull that out, and it feels terrible, but I don't think it'll break. Next, rotate this, which is really satisfying to do. Oh, no, wait. Hang on, let me show you how satisfying this arm transformation is. Boom. Makes this beautiful, super game-accurate hand, which I will show off later. Next, do the same on this side. Come on. Then you just bring the arms out. Fold his shoulder pads down. They do need to be down. Rotate the arms, get them out of the way, and take the wheel wells and fold them in. I think those are wheel wells. Bring it back and this section up. There's supposed to be a tab on this, but I didn't understand how to transform it and snapped the tab off, which made it infinitely easier to transform. Actually, wait a second. Yeah, it made it a lot easier to do. So maybe just shave off that tab. Then you bring it down over his head and it will tab into here on his pelvis. And once you get his, well, you can have it like a cape if you want, which is interesting, but it's supposed to be folded up. Then you can get Gamer Edition Studio Series Cliffjumper. I don't know if I said his full name originally, but this is Gamer Edition. This is Studio Series Gamer Edition Cliffjumper. Now, I'm gonna see if I can get a better angle because my new stand is a bit tall, like quite a bit tall. Yeah, let's look at his head. I love that the head is way different from how Bumblebee's is. It kind of messes with some aspects of the transformation, but it kind of messes up some of the articulation. Like, he cannot look up very much. That's the most he can look up. He can look up a lot if he's looking to the side, but it's not a very mobile head sculpt. Now it's stuck. Come on. Go, fixed it. But it's a fantastic looking head sculpt anyways. Like, come on. That's beautiful. That's spot on to how he looked in War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. In fact, I don't think this guy was actually in War for Cybertron. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was mainly in Fall of Cybertron. And I don't know if he ever appeared in War. But the legs I'm not a huge fan of because they have this bit just all exposed on the side, which is why sometimes if you really want to, it'll expose a gap here and on the front and on the back of him, but you can have it like that, which looks a lot better, gives you a lot more ankle tilt, but you have all these gaps exposed. So I'm really hoping DNA makes a filler kit for that, because that would be great. Now, let's also look at these arms. Tell me that is not just exactly what his arms looked like in the games. Him and Bumblebee. Because this is pretty much, like, the whole thing is Bumblebee painted red, as it tends to be, except for the head. So anything that I say about this guy applies to Bumblebee, except for the issues with his head. Keep that in mind. So if I say good stuff about this guy, I'm going to say I'm probably going to have a more positive review of Bumblebee just because I won't have the head issue. But I don't know if I'll get Bumblebee, honestly, because this guy's really fun, but he's not an outstanding figure. He's kind of just there to mess around with, and he does feel pretty, like, fiddly at some parts, and a bit hollow. He feels a bit hollow. He's not. He's pretty solid, but he feels hollow. Now let's talk about the main gimmick of this line, which is rip his arm off. It's on a 5mm thing, except it's like, you can't plug this onto other guns and other things, unfortunately, because it's like, it's not very visible on camera, but there's a thing in there that makes it so that this is more of a, like it's flat up there, so, like in the same way that the hand is, so you can't put other stuff on there. You can put, like, 5mm things on here. You can have, I actually considered this, because I'm going to get Titan Metroplex at some point. You can put him in, oh no, Metroplex doesn't have a thing to say. You can put him in anything that has a 5mm, you can make them hold Cliffjumper, if they're big enough. That's basically the gist. Oh, right. By the way, there's a reason for this. He comes with the Energon Battle Pistol and the Charge Plasma Cannon. Real quick, I have a complaint. In the opening cutscene of War for Cybertron, Bumblebee fires this thing automatically. Like an automatic gun. This is like, you hold down the fire button, it charges, then it shoots. You cannot fire this thing super fast. So that has always annoyed me. Anyway, that it looks really spot on to the game, and you can't really use these in, like, Prime's hand, unfortunately, which, as Toy Guy pointed out, that's really sucks, because the Prime with the Energon Battle Pistol is the cover of the game. I'm almost out of storage space, but gonna try and finish this up real quick. But yeah, it looks really good with the Battle Pistol as well. It's a bit small, but still really cool. He's not very poseable. I'm not going to go over his articulation because I don't have time. But he is not very... Actually, I have time. Shoulders, full 360, in and out. only that much. In and out while his arm is facing forward is even more limited. That's all you get. Elbows move back slightly and forward a good bit, like 90. Head sucks. You can do that. You can bend his knees. He has that much outward ankle pivot. His ankle pivot also moves inward. He's here now. But yeah, not that much pivot inward, and then that's pretty much it for his articulation, and that's pretty much it for this video in general. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Do all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, and subscribe. I especially appreciate when you comment, as it shows me you cared enough to show your thoughts on the video. He also has a sword. I didn't even mention the sword. He has a sword. Usually this sword comes out of his arm in the game, but it's fine. He still has a sword. But yeah. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Goodbye.